we have
Children's
data on that
reality.
also that
Betrayed by
show that
guardians,
it is
exploited by
being
predators,
distributed.
disguised in plain
They're
sight.
sharing it. They're basically just putting it on the thumb drive, putting it on the Google Drive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they have pictures. They're showing a 40-year-old man abusing a 2-year-old, and they're selling it for other people's pleasure.
Mm.
They're showing a 36-year-old abusing a 6-year-old and selling it for pleasure. Or they're just showing minors like they're looking at a 3-year-old like she's Melissa Ford, and they're selling it. These are the new drug dealers,
Wow.
and men are paying for it.
Wow. What do you think about this comment from Lyric? She says, I'll be honest, and this may sound extreme, but this is one of the reasons I want people to have less kids. Everyone cares about children until it's time to actually protect them or raise them.
I keep saying that.
Mm.
You either let the streets raise the kids, you let the TV raise the kids, you let the teachers raise the kids. The parents aren't raising the kids.
Mm.
You hear more stories about abuse than anything else, and this isn't to say this is all parents, because we in that crap era right now. But you have how often are you hearing people talk? You have friends
Mm-hmm.
that are telling you how bad their parents are,
Yeah.
mentally abusive or worse.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not, I got mom of the year over here. I got dad of the year. They've made me feel like Captain Planet. No. But you got the streets raising the kids, the internet raising the kids, the school raising the kids. The parents aren't raising them. The parents aren't protecting them, but neither is the system.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah,
And
this is
the last one is the link on the picture under the Asian guy.
got it. 1 second. This one?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm.
So
Globally,
mm-hmm.
nearly 1 in 8 girls experience sexual abuse before the age of 18. Globally. This means that over 370 million girls and women currently alive have experienced rape or sexual assault before turning 18.
Wow.
That's more people in this country.
Yeah. That's
Boys,
what I say. Damn.
boys and men are also affected, which estimates ranging from 240 to 310 million. About 1 in 11 experience sexual violence during childhood.
Mm.
The prevalence of the CSA varies across regions. Sub-Saharan Africa reports the highest rates with 22% of girls and women affected, followed by Eastern and Southeastern Asia. And boy, that one makes sense.
Why is that? Why does that make sense?
I hear it's more of the stuff you hear. It's literally put on display. This one's over there. That's just point blank put on display. The level of trafficking that I hear over there is astronomical.
Mm.
It is a reason to be afraid if you're over there. And sometimes I do be real. I realize, yeah, I get why y'all left. I've literally heard of this girl. African girl told me that her parents worked their asses off so they could move over here, so that their daughter at 11 wasn't raped by some grown guy.
Wow.
So they wanted to protect their child and get them out of there.
Wow.
So like I pulled something up. Now this one's on my end, but it's all stuff that you can look up. And these are official quotes about why predators look good in the community. And I got basically the name and like where it came from. So like a forensic interviewer from the National Children's Advocacy Center stated, the most dangerous offenders are the ones everyone likes. A CPS investigator, Texas Department of Family and Protective Services stated, child molesters don't look like villains. They look like helpers. A lead forensic interviewer in the Midwest CAC. The public imagines a monster. The reality is a man who is polite, charming, and trusted. A CPS supervisor in New York. By the time a child reports abuse, the offender has groomed every adult in the room to defend him. A veteran child protection caseworker in California. We hear it constantly, but he's a good man. He would never do that. That's why he could. Forensic interview in child first center, my bad. Children are often more believable than adults if adults actually listen. A child forensic psychologist in the NICHD interviewing program. Kids rarely lie about sexual abuse. Adults lie to themselves about sexual abuse. A CPS social worker in Washington State. It's easier for adults to believe a child is confused than believe their friend is a predator. A CAC interviewer in Georgia. Most kids don't have the vocabulary to make up what they describe. Adults dismiss it anyway. These are just some quotes that come from official statements. A family court evaluator in Virginia. Predators count on silence, not just the child silence, the adult silence. Law enforcement officer, internet crimes against children, the ICAC. Most offenders aren't socially awkward loners. They're friendly, helpful men who blend in. The CPS investigative trainee in the Midwest. These men are good at being good. That's how they get access. Remember what I said earlier. Kindness is a character trait. It's a tool. A forensic psychologist from the NICHD protocol. Offenders don't look dangerous. They look normal. That's the problem. Or the child advocacy director in the Northeast US. The question isn't why didn't the child say anything? It's why didn't the adults hear them? And the last one is a forensic interviewer in Southern CAC. People think predators are rare. They're not. They're protected.
Let's hear more from a predator. I was able to find a clip while you were talking.
Go for
Now this has Spanish subtitles. That's the only I can only find.
it.
It's the only place I can find it, which is very telling. I couldn't find a fuller clip. So here we go. Hold on. The interviewer asked him a question.
How did you get them alone?
Grooming. I would check out their family situation. I would check out their clothing to see how well they were, financially. I would check out their social interaction with other kids. When we were on the ballparks or on the gym floor, I would make sure which ones I wanted to molest. I would give them special attention, congratulate them, talk to them when I know that I would never be allowed to talk to anybody else. Aside from everybody, I would give them the attention that an official is not supposed to give anybody. And it made them feel like, wow, he's paying me attention. It is a direct form of grooming.
Were there certain characteristics that you looked for in children before molesting them?
In children, yes, but more I also looked at their families. If I thought the father was a threat, I would not approach the child. If I thought that the child had friends that he would tell, I would not approach him. If I thought the child had friends that were in the same capacity he was, I would approach him, for the simple fact that if I could molest him,
Wow.
I could lure him into believing, grooming him into believing that he would enjoy it. And therefore, I could manipulate him into having his other friends come and be molested by me as well.
So perhaps a
Like I
child
told you,
have a whole lot of
a
friends.
methodical tactician,
Damn.
political.
That's insane, bro. Wow.
They move like assassins.
Literally.
But people paint this picture of what they're supposed to look like, how they're supposed to operate. But the professionals or the dudes that's literally doing it are telling you the truth.
What the
That's
fuck?
why the profiling, I've said that the profiling techniques for trying to find these guys are absolutely outdated. And don't get me wrong, the agencies know this too, because
Sure.
people have this way of looking at it, but it's like, but they look like everyone now. They operate like everyone now.
Wow.
The dude that's kind, that's shaking your hand, that's petting your animal. Hey, here's some doggy treats for your pet. Hey, I can mow your lawn for you, dude, just being nice. Over there eyeing your son from behind you.
Wow.
Hey, boy, you like basketball?
You know what's interesting about his perspective here? He's talking about it as from the standpoint of being that referee or that umpire. And he mentioned doing things that referees and umpires aren't supposed to do. And somebody plays sports, I can visualize what he would probably do. So let's say he's reffing a basketball game, right? So if there's a kid on the team, he might be like, "That was a good shot." A ref's not supposed to say that. Or he might call a foul for the kid that he didn't call a foul on the other end. So he's just like, "Okay, there's a foul for number 17. That's the boy he's been targeting." Or in between timeouts or whatever, he's like, "Yeah, good play, last play." Or you're really hustling a lot, like. There's,
Yeah.
things, those are things that a ref shouldn't be saying because they're supposed to be, neutral, right? But he's picking and preying on these kids, and he's just giving them little affirmations, which also bothers me because, damn, I always say that, and this comes from my school of psychology. I'm an Adlerian psychologist.